Hi everybody, I'm Cadet Curtis, and today we're going to look at how to properly wear the SS Blues. We're going to start off with Cadet Villatoro.
So we have Cadet Villatoro here, and we're just going to take a quick look on how the female uniform looks. So if you look at the shoes, they should be very nice and shiny, just like she has them here. And when you first get your shoes, if they're brand new, they tend to be really dull, so you have to go pretty hard at the shoe shining with them at first, but eventually you'll get them nice and shiny like that. And if we take a look at her hands, we can see that there is no jewelry, no acrylics, no color. Your fingernails are just going to be trimmed nice, and we don't want any acrylic nails or any color on them. You should just be very plain as far as the fingernails go. And then another important aspect of the uniform is the gig line. And if you take a look here, everything is in line. And that's exactly what you want to be doing when you put on the uniform. And you'll be lining up the shirt line, the belt line, and then the pant line. And when females put on their belt, it'll look a little bit different. They're going to put their belt on from the right to the left. So they're going to go this way instead of left to right. And first years, you probably won't be getting ribbons within the first year, but if you are one of the first years that do get a ribbon, you're going to align it like so, and then your name tag is going to be just aligned along the button like that. And then for females in the tie tabs, you should have it kind of aligned along the collar as Cadet Villatoro has it. And then when it comes to the flight cap, your flight cap is going to be open at the top, and it's going to lean slightly left when you put it on. And you don't want it to be too far down or too far up. It should be just about an inch and a half above your eyebrows. And so the final thing we want to take a look at is the jewelry, or the second to last thing we want to take a look at is the jewelry. And because we're in quarantine, we don't have the correct jewelry in, but when you are at school and you have the uniform, you're going to want to have clear jewelry in your ears. If you don't, then you're going to get marked off on your grade. And the last thing we're going to take a look at here is the hair. Whenever you have your hair in uniform, you want it to either be in a tight bun, or it's going to be cut so that it's higher than the collar. So if your hair is really long and you don't want to get a haircut, then you're gonna have to put it in a tight bun. And a lot of females ask when they first come in, do we want it to have a high bun or a low bun? And really, the best way to do it is kind of a mid to lower bun like Cadet Villatoro has it, because if it's a high bun, then it's going to get in the way of the flight cap and you're going to mess up the way that it's supposed to look. And so this is the female uniform.
Now we're going to take a look at the male cadet uniforms with Cadet Codwell. Now we're going to take a look at the male uniforms. Just like females, we want the shoes to be nice and shined. And then we go up to the gig line, and it's just the same. We want the straight line with the shirt, belt, and pants all in a line. But different than females, the belt is going to go in from the left instead of the right, so it's on the opposite side. And then we notice the tie is not going to be an inch above or below the pant line, just like Cadet Codwell has it. Then as we move up, we see that the male shirts have pockets. So you're going to align your ribbons on the top of the pocket, as well as the name tag in line with the top of the pocket all the way around. And first years, just like the ribbons, you guys might not get badges for a while, but if you do, it's going to go half an inch above, centered with the name tag. Moving up, we see that Cadet...
Before continuing, I wanted to add that you want to make sure that you always tuck in these little hairs. We missed it in this video, but I just wanted to remind you, if you ever have a little hair like so sticking out, just make sure to tuck it into your flight cap.
Well, has perfect grooming with the haircut. To continue on with hair for males, you're going to want it to not touch the ears at all, so it's shaved really nice and clean, and the sideburns aren't going to go below the ears, the mid-ear line. As well as the hair on top in most of the flight cap can't reach a maximum of 3 inches And then we're gonna go over and see that Codwell's face is fully groomed with all shaven. And if you are going to grow a mustache, it cannot go farther than the edges of your lips, just like he's showing. Perfect. Then the flight cap is going to be closed. That's different than the females. It's going to be closed. And a good indicator of how low or high to have it is 2 fingers on the top of your forehead, right above the eyebrows. It should be touching the flight cap, just like he shows. Okay, and then moving down, we see that the difference between the female and male pants is that there is a button, and so we want to make sure that that is always buttoned up for males, or you will be counted off in inspection. And this is how to properly wear the male uniform. This is the end of the uniform video. We showed female and male cadets wearing the uniform and how to do it properly. Know that if there's anything we might have missed or not explained clearly enough, you can always reference your cadet guide. Remember everybody, stay safe.